Happy holidays from Just for the Art of It. I'm Mary.
And I'm Karen. You know, we had so much fun last time, Mary, talking about nature, right?
We did, and so we're going to continue that trend this show.
Nature for us seems to be very inexpensive, and that's the way we like to present things to you.
Well, go ahead and show that beautiful wreath that you made.
This is a hydrangea wreath. They're dry hydrangeas, and if you're like Mary and myself, we bring our hydrangeas in for the fall time for our mantles or just to fill our vases. And there's so many hydrangeas out there. I mean, my bush is loaded with them.
Right,
Here's two.
Yeah.
So anyway, I cut the hydrangea heads very small. These are Annabelle hydrangeas, and I use them already dried. I'm going to turn around. You can see this is a frame. I was going to donate a couple of frames, and then I decided I think it would look really cute with hydrangeas hot glued on them. So I hot glued my Annabelles all the way around, and it stuck very nice. You're probably not going to get more than one season out of this.
Right, right.
You know.
And how do you get it from not shedding?
You know, I sprayed this one with hairspray. So I'm thinking hairspray may be the way to go.
Okay.
You know, we can try a polyurethane. I don't know, that might just put a shine on it, but the hairspray seems to stick. So pine cone from my pine tree. These are lace cap hydrangeas. Lace cap, they only have a few petals on them. They're not like the Annabelles that get full heads on them. So they just lay flat. So I stuck a few of those in for color. And
it's so pretty. It looks like something out of Martha Stewart.
Does it? Mary.
Doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
There was a hook on the back of this frame already, but you can always, before you glue your hydrangeas, take a ribbon and pull it up over here and tie a bow on top, and you can hang it from there, you know, and have your ribbon showing too. See, we should.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's it. Real pretty.
Well, I did want to mention, we had said last show that we'd like people to let us know about the craft shows that are coming up in the area. And one of them got back to us, and I wanted to announce that the Shepherd High School Craft Show is going to be on Saturday, December 7th from 9 to 3. So, you know, if you have time that day, you know, try to get there. It's always a good show.
It is a good one, and it's nice and local, and it's not a real big one. You can walk it. It's a nice size one.
And they sell food.
And they do.
Excuse me. And it's a fundraiser for the kids, so you know, try to make it if you can.
Okay, we're going to go on. It's kind of a pine cone day.
Yes.
We use pine cones in the wreath. We're going to make a pine cone fairy this time.
We certainly have a lot of pine cones in this area.
I have a ton on my lawn right now. Basically, when you bring in something like a pine cone or the acorns, throw them in the oven for a little while. You want to burn if there's any little bugs or anything in there.
That's a great tip.
So I would say 250. Leave them in for maybe 20 minutes in a warmer oven just to make sure you're not bringing any little critters into the house.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No.
Now, Karen is going to make a full-size fairy angel, I guess you would call it, and I'm going to make a baby. And the way we're doing that, I have a smaller pine cone, and it has a little head on here, if you can see, a little stem. And I'm going to use a wooden doll, not a doll, what would you, just a ball.
It's a wooden ball,
Wooden ball that has a hole on, it's really like a bead, a wooden bead.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to glue it. I painted a little face on it, just using 2 eyes and 2 cheeks, and I'm going to glue it to the top to make it look like a body. So.
And I already did mine. Same thing, 2 eyes, 2 cheeks. Make it simple, because once you start playing with eyebrows and a smile and everything else, it gets, I don't know, it could ruin the whole face.
Right.
So if you keep with it being simple, I think you get a better look to it. So you glue your head on, and it fits nicely on that little hook. It
does. It's just, and we're using just hot glue.
Right. From there, I found an acorn, the top of an acorn, and I'm using it as her little hat. I took beads, and I glued colored beads all around it, and we're going to glue that on top of her head and give her a little hat.
Who knew there were so many uses for those acorns?
No kidding. Yeah, because you used acorns last time.
Last time, yes. And now I made in advance. I made a little hat and just put a little garland on the bottom. And this is just felt that was twisted and turned. Put a little bell on the top with a wire so that it can be hung on a tree. And now I'm going to put the cap on top of the acorn or the fairy's head. So.
Okay, and I made a little collar. All I did was take fancy scissors and cut it in 2 little triangles, put a bead on it, so we're going to put that on as her collar.
Fairies are so big right now.
They are.
They're so funny.
And these are so simple. And how fun to do this with a child, too, you know? So now she's got a little collar. I'm going to put some wings on her and glue them to the back. And we're going to put pipe cleaner wings. Today's going to be a pipe cleaner day, too. Pine cones and pipe cleaners.
Yeah.
And really, that's about it. An angel fairy. Or a
Now I have
pine
my
cone fairy.
hat on, and what I'm going to do now is just put a little scarf on, just to finish it off.
You know, I did bring a stick. You can either take some ornament string and put it around the top here and make her an ornament. But I'm going to put this up her cone, and she can become a plant stick. So let's do that. Hot glue is so good for this stuff. It's so quick. Okay, so now she's got a stick. I put a little prism at the bottom so that maybe if she's in the sunlight, you'll get some color on your walls from the prism. And that's the pine cone fairies. How's your baby?
My baby's good.
Aw.
All right, I put the scarf on, and she's ready to go.
Very cute.
Okay.
So simple, so reasonable. And using your scraps too, your scrap beads, your scrap felts.
Right, right. And the free pine cones that we have
And the
all
free
over.
pine cones.
If anybody needs some, I have some in my house. Now we're going to talk about some little party favors that you can use for Thanksgiving. So easy, once again. I have a little pot, and what does this remind you of, Karen?
I don't know.
A
Spring.
hat?
A hat.
A
Oh,
hat. A pilgrim's hat.
you're absolutely right. Yes.
And these you can buy, they're about 20 cents
Yeah.
at Michael's,
Yeah.
you know, it's not a big deal. So I'm going to make this into a hat, pilgrim's hat, using some black electrical tape. And this is a little bit less wide than the tape itself, so I pre-cut it. So it's a little, more narrow, because you'll want to do that too. You don't want to cover up the entire bottom. Then Karen, what are you going to do?
While you're doing that, Mary, I wanted to show how you could just take kind of a lot of twigs from your yard. You'll be cleaning up your yard at the same time. And break them up, make it look like a little log of twigs, tie it with twine. I took this little autumn sprig off of a wreath that I had at home. It didn't, you couldn't tell it was missing. Took a toothpick, made a little banner, and it can be a place setting with names on it. So a twig logs.
Mm-hmm.
Next, for the little kids who are coming to your party and are getting impatient before the turkey's out, we've used paper cones before. We used them for the Super Bowl party, and we used them for Halloween. And really, all you do is fold your paper. I found some Pilgrim pages that
You just made
that I had.
copies of those, didn't you?
I did make a copy, yeah. And I'm going to tape this. Whoops.
Now, while you're doing that, I'm going to continue with my
Okay.
little pilgrim's hat. So I used a shiny piece of paper, and I just cut out the buckle, and I'm going to glue that on.
Okay, we have the cone. I'm going to trim it so it's a little more even. You can't tell, but there's pilgrims on there. And then just fill it with a few crayons and lay it on the table by their place setting. Put either a coloring book. You can get coloring books 2 for $1 at the dollar stores. You know, give them a coloring book, lay maybe 3 crayons in it, and they can color while they're waiting for their dinner to be served. Something to keep them a little more busy.
Yeah. Now I'm almost done. I'm just gonna, I cut a circle out of construction paper, and I'm gonna lay the hat on top of it. So there you have a little place setting. You could put a name using a Sharpie. You could write a name on there, or just leave it plain.
Yeah.
It could be a place setting holder.
Yeah.
Or what else would you use it?
I imagine you could put some ribbon around it and hot glue it and use it as a napkin holder.
Oh, that would be
You
really
can put a
cute.
napkin through it.
Yeah.
So that'd be real cute too. It's
Aw,
cute.
okay,
There's
and
so
so
many
easy.
uses for these pots.
Yes,
You know, we've
yeah.
used them quite a few times.
So,
All right, when we come back, we're going to go into the holiday season, Christmas more. Okay, we're back. We're going to do a little fall into winter with the mason jar. First of all, I love blue mason jars. And you can find them in thrift stores, consignment shops. They're probably going to be a little bit more expensive than a clear jar, but they're worth it.
Oh,
they're just so
definitely.
pretty. So anyway, I took pine cones again, and I took some artificial berries. And I want to talk about the berries a minute. I had been in a thrift shop and found this wreath of berries. And Mary, it was $1.99 for the wreath. And it was
my
because
gosh.
some of the berries were turning white already on
Yeah.
it and everything. It wasn't brand new. Anyway, I took it home and all I did was take the whole wreath apart. So I used the sprigs in my Christmas tree. So I've got the green tree and then the
Yeah.
sprigs come out, and it looks so pretty having the berries come out of the tree. And I also cut one over here to use with the pine cones just to give it some festive color. Filled it with moss. I've got a tea light. I'm just going to put the tea light in before my company comes or whatever. Light it up when they come. Make sure it's the battery operated.
right, I was just going to say,
We
you don't want to
wanna-
put a real one in.
we don't need the Chicago fire on Thanksgiving. But yeah, and from here now, when you're done with it for your fall decorating, take the moss out, fill this with snow,
Oh, yeah.
and put your tea light again back in, and you've changed it into a winter one. And you can change your pine cones into maybe a sprig of evergreen.
Oh, that's a cute idea.
You can leave the pine cones too and just add evergreen to it. So that'd be real cute too. And even if you've got a whole wreath, like I was lucky to get, take all the berries off and put about 1/4 of a jar of berries in here and put your candle then inside the berries, and it would add color.
You could even use real cranberries.
That you could,
You
you're
see
right. You're
that
right.
all the time. Yeah, so that
because
would be cute.
I don't know how many people are really going to find a wreath
Right, right.
for $2.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
less time consuming too.
that's true. That's true.
Do those come off pretty easily, the berries?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'll find them all over my floor once I put them in my Christmas tree.
Oh, it's fun. Now, one of the things I always, I saw this idea and I just thought it was so cute, of putting a picture in a cookie cutter. So it's an automatic frame, basically. So I have a card, a Christmas card from when my girls were little, and I made a copy of it on a color copier. And actually, I did several things with this. So I made several copies, and wanted to do some different things with it. So I put a piece of styrofoam, cut it out the shape of the star, cut the picture out the shape, and now I'm just going to trim it with this pretty garland. I didn't glue this in yet, but I will.
And while Mary's doing that, we thought we'd make a holiday pin for you today. So easy to make, and they can be made in so many different ways and come out really cute. I had opened up a package and gotten this really thick cardboard, and I didn't get rid of it. It was a small piece, and I thought along the way I might be able to use it somewhere. So I took a piece of cardboard. This is a little vintage picture of 3 carolers. I hope you can see that.
Was that just a card that you got, or?
Yes, it was off of an old Christmas card.
Aw.
So, and I glued it onto the piece of cardboard. So from there, all I'm going to do is take my hot glue. Now normally, when I made this pin here, I don't know, I put beads in it and a snowman card in it. I first Mod Podged the picture so that it just gives it a nice little finish on it. I'm not going to do it on this one, but you could. And you don't have to. But I'm going to take my hot glue and put some pipe cleaner around it just to finish it off. See, Mary, these pipe cleaners are coming in handy.
Oh, yeah.
During the holiday season, I know at my job, I love wearing pins, and it's nice to have a variety of holiday pins. And when you can make them so reasonably, and make them for gifts, too.
Oh, yeah, they make great gifts.
Yeah. Because, Mary, this is going to be my gift to you.
Oh, great.
Merry Christmas.
You want a picture of my kids?
Sure.
An ornament?
I've grown, or they've grown with me. I can look at them on my tree.
All right, so I finished my little ornament, and so then I could just hang this on the tree. I think the kids,
oh, that's cute.
the kids love to see their pictures on my tree.
Well, it's so fun to see them as kids again, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And in your case, you could see who your grandkids look like, if they even look like them when,
Right.
you know, your kids when they were little. Okay. Take my hot glue off of it.
I know, that hot glue, it does,
Yeah,
what's the word?
it's messy.
Messy, yeah.
And you can buy the package of pin backs for probably about $1.99. You can get 12 of them. We're going to glue that to the back of this.
And don't forget our tip about using coupons at Michael's and Joann's. You can use them at Hobby Lobby. Each one
Honor
will
each
take
other.
the other ones. So it's really, I never pay full price for anything
I know you
anymore,
don't.
you know?
That's the fun of it. Okay,
Aw,
so really, this is your pin
that is so
for you.
cute.
This is your pin.
Well, thank you
You're
in
welcome.
advance.
Yes.
Now, while I wanted to talk about another block, I'm using the same picture of my daughters when they were, I think they were 3, 5, and 7, or 2, 4, and 6 at this point. And I just cut it out, used 2 different kinds of scrapbooking paper on my black block, and cut out the word Merry Christmas. That was all part of the original, what do you call this?
Christmas card?
Christmas card.
Here we go.
And then I did Mod Podge on it. And again, we were talking about how weird it is when you use Mod Podge, that it all looked all crumpled. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to look horrible. I kind of patted it down a little bit to smooth it. It goes on white and milky, and it looks just really like it's never going to look good. But then it turns out. I mean, it just dries up, and it finishes it, and it has a protective coating on it now. And, so I'll have this for a long time.
Real cute.
You could decorate it a little bit more, maybe put a bow or something up here. I just didn't, but you could embellish this a little bit more
Yeah.
if you wanted.
We've done so
So,
much with the blocks.
I know, I
love
love
it because there's
blocks.
so many different ways you could use them. Okay, those little gift box, jewelry gift boxes that you get when somebody gives you a piece of jewelry. We decided to make a shadow box out of it, a shadow box ornament. It's a Christmas card. Again, when you get those cute Christmas cards and you don't know what to do with
I
them and you
know.
don't want to throw them out, save them, because you can line your, either the lid or the box with the Christmas card. This one I put glitter along the sides of the box just to give it a snow effect. On the card, there was another tree, so I cut out a piece of that tree to look like a tree, put peace on it. That was one of the words inside on the greeting card, on the Christmas card. Put a little gem on top and put a hole in it, and it became an ornament. So I'm going to make one for you right now. Again, kind of add dimension to it. I had a little tree, so I put beads on that tree. I just glued the tree in there. Again, my Christmas card is in the background. I'm going to put some trim around the box, which won't take long. You just
Boy, that garland, you can do so much with icicles and pipe cleaners.
Yeah.
Now here's another idea this is a pipe cleaner that it has kind of a glittery effect to it, so it's kind of cute. And all you do is string beads and stop at certain points, then twist it so it makes it look like an icicle coming down, and hang that on a tree. It's something a child could do so easily.
Yeah, that's cute to do with your kids. And then the lights would reflect, you know?
I know.
Yeah.
It's so
That's
pretty,
really
just
cute.
even by itself. You could even put it in the window for a sun catcher,
Yeah.
you know? So that's another thing, just using pipe cleaner and beads.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now, I'm putting a star. I don't know if you could tell. There's a sleigh going across the sky. I put a bead on the back of this star to give that dimension, and we're just going to have the star pop out of there. Let me see. Also, I'm going to use some, I love a lot of glitz, a lot of glitz and tinsel. So we'll put that across the top. And we'll glue that. And take Season's Greetings off of that card again. And put that on top.
you could even do that for birthday. You know, it doesn't have to be Christmas.
You're
you could do
right.
it with any kind of card.
You're right.
And make a little shadow box. So cute.
And really, that's about it. I know I would probably glitter this at home, again, with either some snow or glitter. It's just, glitter can be your worst friend and your best friend because you're either wearing it for a few days afterwards, you know. So glitter on the bottom or snow on the bottom, put a hook on it, and you're using your jewelry boxes.
Speaking of glitter, we went up to Midville. I had a cute little pumpkin. I could think it was the Women's Club who sponsored it, but they had pumpkins that the kids could paint, and then they had feathers and glitter and glue, and oh my gosh, it was it was a mess. It was outside. It was so cute, but they just pour the glitter on.
Oh yeah,
like a ton.
It's a mess.
But it wasn't at my house, so I was fine with it. You know, so cute.
The pinecone tree, we did.
We
that
didn't
already?
do that. Yeah, we just did this. Oh,
Okay. Pipe cleaners again. Spiral your pipe cleaner, add some beads to it, and you can put this down on your table as a favor for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
Oh, it's cute.
And really, how simple is that?
Yeah.
You know?
And here's another idea using a pine cone again, free outside, and just adding some little beads or sequins. And then in this case, we painted a little bit of white on the ends, so it makes it look like it's snow. They actually have that snow that you can paint on, which would give it a little bit more dimension, but this looks just as good, and the snow is probably a little more expensive than the white paint. And then this is just glued on top of a flat rock. And a star at the top. So very easy.
Very cute.
And
could be another favor too.
It could.
That's cute.
So,
okay, when we come back, we are going to wrap some Christmas holiday gifts for you.
we want to talk a little bit now about how to wrap presents, and we have some very easy, economical, but cute ideas. So we'll share them with you now. One is just to use plain brown paper. You can use even a paper bag if it's in good condition. Using a little cardstock, a piece of cloth, and then adding a little embellishment. This is just a Christmas card that we cut into a Christmas tree. So you can see how easy it is and how really pretty it looks.
It is. And you don't have to do it for every person.
No.
Right? You know what I mean?
No.
You have that special gift you want to give someone or someone special.
And you can even buy the brown bag or the brown paper in a roll, and it's not expensive, not like buying gift wrap, that's for sure.
I wanted to show you, everybody's probably got a printer at home, which is a copier. If you put a couple of your old pictures on there, I did this for my kids. They're older, and these are all our family holiday pictures from when they were little. I copied, I think, 2 sheets worth. If you do this on a really big gift, it's going to turn out to be costly with the ink in your computer. So that's why do a small gift with it. I turned it into wrapping paper, family photos, a bow, a bell.
So cute.
Easy.
So
Easy.
cute. Now I had another idea of just using a plain bag. We buy these and you can get 500 for $10 or something. So if you needed a huge quantity of them. But just by using a little bit of felt and a sticker and some little stickies, just to embellish it a little bit, and it looks, like a nice present now. And we made these paper clothespins before, and you can decorate them so easily by just using cardstock and then embellish it again with a little
Dingle ball.
Dingle ball, I guess we call them.
Pom-poms.
And then you can use a marker and just do the side so the color is there.
And you know what's cute too? You probably could put a magnet on the back of this, and then they could use it on the refrigerator too.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah,
So
these things are so handy. And in the store, if you don't want to go to all this trouble to do it yourself, they have like sparkly clothespins.
Yeah.
They have all different kinds
Yeah,
now,
they're really pretty.
already decorated, and they even have the little mini ones that are just adorable. So if you have a little package, you could do the same thing and buy the mini clothespins. Very, very cute.
We wanted to talk tags. It's so fun to make your own tags. As we showed you, you could cut out from your previous holiday cards. This is just using brown cardboard, 2 buttons, white buttons with the eyes going horizontal on top and vertical on the bottom. Cut out a little snowman hat. You could probably even use a piece of felt and put a scarf on him and maybe twigs as his arms. And again, you don't have to do this for everybody because it is time consuming, but for those special people, it's fun to make a tag.
And here's another idea, using just cardstock, making just 3 triangles with 3 different colors of holiday cardstock, and it makes it into a tree with a dingle ball on the top. We're into dingle balls this class, or this show. And then adding a little bell, just to give it, little dimension and sound. Character.
Mary and I love making banners, and we didn't make one this time because we've made so many.
We should.
And I love them. But we didn't let a show go without at least a little one. So this is just 3 little triangles with some baker's twine around it with a to and from on the tag. A nice way to make a banner without making it huge.
Right.
So, and that's just scrapbook paper too that we used on that.
Now, if you remember last year, we did we wrapped a roll of quarters in red and white striped paper and made it look like a candy cane by just, putting cellophane over it and then putting some ribbon on the ends. And that was one way to give a gift of money. Now, here's another way. This is a piece of cardstock with a little saying, and we have money that is rolled up and then just wrapped with a piece of twine, red yarn, I guess it would be. So you could do dollar bills, $5 bills, I mean, depending on how much you like that person. But the little saying is, gingerbread man with the yummy icing are oh so good and extremely enticing. I set out to make a dozen or 2, but ran out of time. Oh, what do I do? So instead of the cookies, I tied with a bow your own personal serving of holiday dough. So we will put that saying up on the website so you can see it, and just a cute way to give the gift of money.
It's very
a little
cute.
different.
And even if they can't get to the website, they can view us on YouTube and hear you say it again.
Right. If you go to the city's website, paylessheights.org, and go to Channel 4 and YouTube, you'll be able to see our show in the entirety. So we'll have a slide that will have the saying on it for you. So I hope you use this. It's a cute way to give money.
Tip of the days. Tips of the day, I should say.
Yeah.
Tip of the day. Bread tags. Do you ever get those little bread tags and you don't know what to do with them? They're the plastic little ones with the holes in it. Well, I thought it would be really cute, and when we got together, Mary thought it was a good idea too. You can give out maybe 4 cookies, put it in cellophane, draw a little snowman face on here. Anybody can draw dots and a stick for a carrot nose. And then just put it around your cellophane and you can use those tags. So keep those tags next time. We have some other uses too.
Now another idea is when you are at home and you have all those wires that are going to different things and you're trying to keep them organized. A nice way is to, you could put DVD player. So this one is the cord that goes to the DVD player, or the speaker. I know we just had some carpeting put in. We had to undo everything. And it's a job if you don't have it marked in some way. Although my granddaughter, I have to tell you the story. My husband was marking all the wires, and my granddaughter was over. She's only 2.5. And he put all this tape on to mark everything. And next thing he knows, she brings over all the tapes. Here, Grandpa.
Oh,
she had taken them all off, all the wires that he had marked, so we were dying. I mean, it was so cute, and he had just done it, so he remembered where everything went. But, oh, man.
A shocker.
Yeah. Maybe she wouldn't have taken these off as easily.
Yeah. And really, if you have pets, though, I don't know if I would put those on the floor on your cords.
Yeah, that's true.
I wouldn't want anybody to choke on it. So maybe if you have pets, don't use them, but it's a great way to label your cords. Also, one last use for them. I have my Toby Keith keychain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That you made.
Clip it on your spare keys. Keep a few of them, because we all have a lot of spare car keys or house keys. Clip one out on there, write down that this is the Olds or whatever, the Pontiac, and the Olds Pontiac, and clip it onto your key ring, and that could be a reminder too. So,
our last is your scarf that I love so much.
Thank you, and I like it too. Leftover yarn. If you are a crocheter or a knitter, or you just like yarns, which is me because I don't crochet or knit, you can find, again, in the consignment shops or thrift stores, remnants of yarn. Get a couple of different textures. Some of these are feathery, some are more
just
coarse,
thick,
are thicker. Put them all together, knot them. I've got a knot on top, followed by two more, so 5 knots. And then you can create just a little scarf for yourself. Or it isn't even a scarf. Well, I guess it just looks nice on a solid top.
Oh, it is. It's very cute.
So mix your colors, have fun with it. You can use it on any, this would look good with this top. Well,
no.
That's our show for today.
Well, thank you for watching. If you have any comments or suggestions, we'd love to hear from you. And you can email us at justfortheartofit@gmail.com. And we'd love to hear from you.
Happy holidays.